North Charleston might just be one of the most misunderstood cities in the Low Country. Sure, it's got some rough edges, but depending on where you land and what kind of lifestyle you're after, it could surprise you in all the right ways. Today, we're breaking down the real pros and cons of this often overlooked part of Charleston. So without a doubt, the biggest pro of buying a home in North Charleston is how affordable it is for such a central location. You're getting solid value while staying close to everything else that Charleston has to offer. The city is pretty large because it spans 81 square miles, but depending on where you buy, you can be in downtown Charleston in as little as 10 to 15 minutes, especially if you purchase in the southern areas of the city, like Park Circle, Wando, or Charleston Heights. The closest beaches are Isle of Palms and Sullivan's Island, and with usual traffic, it only takes about half an hour to get to the beach. If you live further north in neighborhoods like Ashley Heights, Archdale, or Westcott Plantation, you can expect longer travel times downtown, about a half an hour with usual traffic. And the commute to Isle of Palms or Sullivan's Island is about 40 minutes from these neighborhoods as well. But North Charleston's central location is tough to beat because you are close to downtown, the beaches, Park Circle, and Somerville. Some of the largest festivals take place in Somerville, and you're only a short drive away when you live here. But North Charleston itself has a lot going on in terms of entertainment options like the Coliseum, escape rooms, fun parks, Topgolf, and so much more. You won't have to go far to find things to do, but its central location also makes it easy to get around to just about anywhere in the metro. And the best part is that homes in North Charleston are far more affordable than areas closer to the peninsula like West Ashley, James Island, and Mount Pleasant. But you are still close to everything Charleston has to offer at nearly half the price. Now, prices do vary depending on where you buy, but there are great neighborhoods with affordable homes in areas like Westcott Plantation, Archdale, and Wando Woods. You get more bang for your buck here with more square footage and larger lot sizes. If you're a first-time home buyer and want to break into the market, there are plenty of affordable homes in the 200s, so you can start building equity if you're on a budget. As of June 2025, the median sales price for a home in the Charleston Tri-County area was $430,000. In North Charleston, the median sales price for a single-family home was $351,000, so almost $80,000 less. And for a townhome and condo, it was $251,000. In other areas closer to the peninsula, you'd be paying much more. For example, the median sales price for a single-family home in West Ashley is $575,000. James Island has a median sales price of $732,000, and Mount Pleasant has a median sales price of $1.1 million in that same month. So if you want to live close to everything downtown Charleston has to offer and to the beaches, North Charleston is a great place to start looking. Another great pro of North Charleston is it's close to some of the largest employers in the metro. The Air Force side of Joint Base Charleston is located in the heart of North Charleston, right next to the airport and Boeing. You also have the Mercedes-Benz factory, Bosch, and the port itself. All these businesses employ a huge number of people, and they are a short drive apart. North Charleston is the industrial hub of the metro. So if you work in the military, aerospace, logistics, tech, IT, or healthcare, this city is booming with opportunity, and you'll be able to find a nice home that's relatively close to your work, so you spend less time in traffic. One of the biggest complaints Charleston is facing right now is that new development is outpacing current infrastructure, and popular roadways like Dorchester and the interstates in North Charleston are no different. But with the extensive number of job opportunities here, you can still afford a nice home and spend less time in traffic by choosing to live close to work. Another great pro of North Charleston is the city is pouring a ton of money into new developments and revitalization projects. They want to keep improving key areas and have had some great success in the past. The best current example of this is Park Circle. It's become one of the most popular places in the metro with great bars, awesome food options, a massive playground for the kids, and an 18-hole disc golf course. The revitalization brought a ton of new businesses and outside investment, and it's been incredibly successful. More good news is that the city has plans in the pipeline for some new developments, with the most exciting project being the Naval Shipyard redevelopment. The plans include a new park called Battery Park and redeveloping the now shuttered Navy Yard. Battery Park has already been approved by the city and is going to be a 50-acre riverfront development that will feature 1,400 residential units, commercial spaces, and a market hall. And right next to Battery Park in the old Naval Yard, developers are transforming 85 acres by repurposing historic buildings into offices, live and work apartments, new restaurants, and entertainment venues. These projects are something to keep an eye on, especially if you're a real estate investor. Home values have continued to climb in Park Circle because it has become one of the trendiest areas of Charleston, and it's possible that the same might happen with homes near these new developments. On top of this, Roper St. Francis is building a new $1 billion medical campus in North Charleston, and is expected to bring thousands of jobs to the city. It's going to be located near Mall Drive, right next to the intersection of I-26 and I-526, and it's going to dramatically change the area as well. This is a great opportunity for real estate investors to purchase townhomes or multiple single-family homes to house new workers that might move to the area. Think travel nurses, doctors, and other medical professionals that move here to work at the new facility. There is a ton of potential. All these projects are exciting to hear about, but this does lead me to my first con of living in North Charleston, which I like to call patchy redevelopment. Not every part of North Charleston is created equal, if you know what I mean, and neighborhoods vary from one to the next. Some parts of North Charleston feel neglected or left behind with fewer community resources, amenities, rundown housing, and limited retail options. Crime is still an issue in several pockets of the city, even with the improvements that the police department has made over the past few years. The silver lining here is that most of the crime is location specific. And the good news is that areas that have been updated or are newer have improved significantly. For instance, the shopping area just outside of the Coliseum is a great example of this. There are a ton of great restaurants, the Tanger outlets, Topgolf, and more. People come from all over the metro to experience these different attractions, and a big reason for this is that these areas have already improved a lot. If you take a look at this area 10, 15, 20 years ago, it would be way different. So you shouldn't let this stop you from living here. There are great neighborhoods with nice homes spread throughout the city. You just need to know where to look. Earlier, I mentioned some of the best neighborhoods like Westcott Plantation, Archdale, and Cusall Creek because they all have awesome home options with great amenities. So don't cross North Charleston off your list just yet. As the city and investors continue to redevelop more key areas, it's going to keep getting better with time. Another aspect of patchy redevelopment and con of North Charleston is that parts of the city have older infrastructure. The city is one of the oldest and most established areas in Charleston because of the industrial boom that occurred in the early 1900s. A lot of major developments started as early as 1901 when the naval shipyard was built, and a lot of older infrastructure still exists today. Not just industrial buildings, but homes too. In fact, Park Circle was one of the earliest planned communities in North Charleston that started development in 1912, and even some of the homes here are dated. Because of this, utility costs in the city tend to be a little bit higher than other cities around Charleston. Some of the older areas have old water and sewer systems that are expensive to maintain and repair. Upgrades to this kind of infrastructure often get passed to residents through higher taxes, and they take time to fix and replace. On top of this, most older homes don't have updated insulation that those newer homes have, and with how hot in Charleston gets in the summer, this means you'll be running at your AC a lot. Depending on when the home was built, it could have single pane windows or poor ductwork. All of these factors contribute to why utility costs tend to be higher, and it's because of the city's older infrastructure. The good news is that there are some great neighborhoods with homes that have been built in the past 20 years with better insulation and energy efficient features. You'll also notice when you visit North Charleston that there are a lot of brick ranch homes that are a great option because they are affordable, but they also have good thermal mass. So homes stay cooler in the summer and warmer in the winters. But it's not just the homes that can feel dated. Some shopping areas along Dorchester Road, north of the airport around Ashley Phosphate, and sections of Rivers Avenue don't have that shiny new look or feel that other areas have. This is all changing with time though, and as the city continues to invest in its future, it's going to get a lot better. Another con of North Charleston is that some areas are prone to flooding. There are two major rivers here, the Ashley and the Cooper Rivers. This is great because you can find some of the most affordable waterfront properties in the metro in North Charleston with spacious homes. They have some incredible marshfront views, but you do have to pay for flood insurance. Take a look at this map. Now, this is the screenshot of flood zones in North Charleston from FEMA. The blue color you see is flood zone AE, which means you're required to have flood insurance, and the orange or the land color are areas that don't require it. You'll notice that some areas further inland are prone to flooding as well, so location is key. Having to pay for flood insurance adds another expense to your bottom line, and while it's not crazy expensive, it is an additional cost. But again, this is very location dependent, and the silver lining is that most of the city is not in a flood zone, especially when you compare it to somewhere like James Island. North Charleston is one of those places that if you pick the right neighborhood for your personal situation, it can be an incredible place to live. It's a city with great amenities, so you'll always have something to do without having to travel far. On top of this, it has a great central location with a ton of employers. It's close to downtown Charleston and the beaches with some of the most affordable homes in the metro. It's not perfect, but it has a ton of potential thanks to revitalization and new development projects. If you're thinking about moving to North Charleston or literally anywhere else in the Lowcountry, we'd love to help you. As one of the top real estate teams in Charleston, we want to earn your business and be your resource for all things real estate here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.